Hi, this is Sharon from fitinfun.com. I'm showing you a little section of my autobiographical stories that I have in my Windows Explorer. Let's see, that is pretty much most of my 20s. I'd say that's about my 20s right there. So I have it, there is no J, so I, K, and L. And I have numerous stories in each one. One of the things that with my theme is that I don't think I'm going to end up in any kind of chronological order about this at all. If I do, it'll surprise me. I think what I'm going to end up is more like thematic things being put together. Something that happened to me when I was 12 being related, that's something that happened when I was 22, and something that when I was 32. The same story in 3 different places with 3 different people almost. I have a lot of patterns like that. So the way I'm going to be approaching this and how I am approaching this is I'm taking the stories that I am aware of that I know are done. There's several in here that I've worked on hard and often. One is at the top of the page here where it says Jay told me a story of manta rays. That is a completed story. It's actually short. One of the shortest ones I'd ever put in, but it is done. And in the middle of the page you see one that says I have a photo of Kay cleaning. That's a person who I was very fortunate to meet, and this particular story would not be completed, but I knew this guy in a very crisis year, which was the year I turned 30, and he and I were roommates. And he and I were fellow runaways. He'd been running away his whole life, and I'd been running away my whole life, and there we stayed together for a year. He was one of many roommates. I had 4 or 5 major roommates in that year, and he was there for most of it. And if you want to describe what he was like, he was the butler of the house. He took care of all of us, cooked, cleaned. Like I say, I have a photo of Kay cleaning because the reason I have that phrase is because I do have a picture of him, and it is a picture of him cleaning, but he's not cleaning my house, he's cleaning somebody else's house. And, somebody obviously just took a picture of him scrubbing away, and he must have had it, and how I got it, I have no idea, but I'm so glad I have it. And it looks exactly like him. He always had a big smile on his face, looked like a crazy, scrawny guy, but he was always moving and doing something, and he always made everything better wherever he was. And people loved him, and he was organized and just wonderful. And I have a lot of stories about him, and they're kind of probably throughout that section that you're looking at, section K. But also I'm sure somewhere in my head. So what I'll do is reread and look at that section to find out what I have on him already, and expand it. And I feel like I can make that a standalone story that will go within the theme of homelessness and running away and those kind of things, because obviously there's a lot of meat in that on the same topic. So that's the procedure. I'm going through, I'm reading these old stories, the ones that I believe will get me going, and as I said in another video, I think I have 6 to 8 of those fairly complete stories that I can start with, and my plan is 10 stories of some kind of similar length and flow and theme, and that's what I'm doing. I'm just going through them. I've done a few, and I'm going to talk a little bit about going through those few in the next video, so please stay tuned.